Hey everyone, Jatt here with a teamfight breakdown from Korea's LCK. This week, I wanted to talk about utilizing double teleports to break a game wide open. In Week 9 of the LCK, Samsung Galaxy ran double teleports to great effect against the previously undefeated ROX Tigers. Here, Samsung does a tremendous job of using their advantage to force a series of actions by ROX and place the Tigers in an unwinnable situation. At just 14 minutes in, Samsung is pushing all three lanes and also has 2 teleports to work with, compared to the one of ROX. In this fight, Samsung is able to manipulate a 5v2 turret dive and easily clean up ROX. Let's get into it. First off, Ambition's Kindred has a 14-minute Sated Devour and is looking to force a dive. Oftentimes, teleport is used to assist and defend in turret dives, and we see that here. As Ambition arrives and throws damage onto Gorilla's Trundle, Crown's Lulu channels his teleport on a ward to trap ROX near their turret. To defend, Smeb's Graves has to channel his teleport from the bottom lane so that ROX can match the numbers under their turret. And while ROX may have stopped Samsung's dive by TPing, they're still at a disadvantage. Cube's Gangplank never had to teleport, and can now freely push the minion wave bottom, giving Samsung the teleport advantage. As Smeb recalls to get back to defending bottom lane, Wraith's Nautilus places a ward over the wall of the scout. At this point, Samsung realized there were only 2 people remaining under the turret, and could now force an even safer and better dive than the one threatened before. Ambition's Kindred moves from the jungle for the dive and runs into Peanut's Gragas, who tries desperately to peel him off. But Peanut knocks Ambition sideways into the wall instead of knocking him back, therefore he has to flash away from the advancing Kindred. Then, Samsung utilized their teleport advantage. Cube's Gangplank teleports to cut off Prey's Jhin and Gorilla's Trundle from any possible retreat. The second dive attempt is well executed by Samsung. Poor JJ's Lucian channels the culling to zone Samsung towards the turret. Cube then places his Gangplank ultimate straight on top of Prey and Gorilla, leaving them nowhere to run. Wraith's Nautilus, the lowest damage member on Samsung, walks in and takes turret aggro first before channeling his ultimate onto Prey. As the dive continues, Wraith expertly stands on the edge of turret range and takes as many hits as possible so the rest of his team can fight unimpeded. It's also worth noting that Prey and Gorilla didn't even expend Flash, as death was inescapable. With Prey and Gorilla down, the rest of ROX attempt to punish Samsung for positioning between enemy turrets. This was a mistake. Smeb's Graves and Kuro's Azir are approaching from the base and mid lane, but Kuro's arrival will come as no surprise to Samsung as he walked directly over a pink ward on his way to the fight. Ambition's Kindred loses no time in transitioning to the next target, flashing towards Peanut's Gragas and landing significant damage. Smeb places a smokescreen to block Ambition's vision on Peanut, who then paths into the brush to deny even more vision. This prompts Ambition to run all the way into the brush, potentially exposing himself to Azir to finish off the kill. Knowing he's on dangerous ground, Ambition pops his Lamb's Respite immediately after finishing the kill on Peanut, and Crown's Lulu also arrives to grant a wild growth onto Ambition. It's just in time too, as Kuro finally arrives to the fight. As Kuro slides in, he attempts to knock Ambition towards the turret and cut off his teammates with Emperor's Divide. Unfortunately, he only has 1 rank in his ultimate due to being level 10, and the 4 soldiers aren't quite wide enough to catch Ambition. From there, Smeb tries to stick around long enough to catch the heal from Lamb's Respite and escape, but he's not able to dash to safety before Cuvée wipes him out with a parlay, finishing the team fight 4-0. In forcing this fight, Samsung showed a remarkable amount of patience and discipline. Instead of using all of their teleports at once and brute forcing a dive, they found a much more elegant solution. They used all the pressure they had accumulated on the map to force ROX Tigers into a series of unfavorable choices. They burned Smeb's teleport, forced him to recall to defend turrets, and then prompted the final dive. It was a beautiful dance of strategy and teamwork. All told, Samsung picked up 4 kills and a turret, and extended their lead to over 7,000 gold by 16 minutes. This was also against the #1 team in Korea, and with the victory, Samsung handed ROX their first match loss of the 2016 spring season.